Assalamu alaikum, family. So tonight what we want to discuss is nutrition in terms of how we eat, what we eat, how often we eat, how often we don't eat, some of the benefits of it, and the key ingredients to living a long life, which is from what we're taught from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who we believe is the messenger of God and has revealed to us and to the world for that matter in a book that I have here titled How to Eat to Live. You can see that. And one of the primary objectives for the followers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and those who choose to take on, the teachings that he gave, is to eat one meal a day. He stresses that continuously throughout this book, and I myself, being a student of nutrition and biology, I came across the reality and the benefits of that. And then I had an actual injury. I used to play professional basketball and injured my knee, tore all the ligaments in my knee. So it definitely, nutrition became a real big part of me trying to heal quicker and to try to rehab a lot faster and more efficient. But specifically one meal a day and the benefits that you reap from taking on such a dietary course. I know in this world it seems strange. We eat the 3 meals a day. Sometimes, most times, oftentimes, snacks in between. And most of that is not that the body is actually requiring us to feed that much. It's just become a habit. So, you just get used to eating at this time and that time and that time. And it's not that you're specifically hungry, it's just that you're used to eating at that time. That's a big aspect of it. Another part is that a lot of the food that we eat now, it's nutritionally void. So it doesn't have the nutritional value that food of the past may have had. And that's another reason why you may be hungry after such a meal and then require more and more and more to try to fill the void of what was left or what's missing. The body doesn't necessarily look for a lot of food. It just looks for, the nutrients to sustain itself: proteins, amino acids, carbs, certain sugars. And so what happens in that is a lot of the companies, some knowingly, some unknowingly, they produce these foods in terms of convenience, but they sacrifice the nutrition and the overall well-being that food is designed to have on the human being and the human body. So a lot of the healing effect is gone, and that can become devastating for the body because it then turns what was meant to be beneficial in healing, it turns that into an enemy agent. Like most of us now, we're familiar with GMO, genetically modified foods. We're familiar with most of the production in America in terms of the food is processed food. And food being processed and then us taking that food on and ingesting that automatically registers to the body as foreign. Now, you can eat it, you'll survive, but you'll see certain conditions of your overall quality of health begin to deteriorate. Obesity is one of the aspects of eating improper and bad foods. So those are some of the things that kind of are the effects of not eating one meal a day and then not eating properly to begin with. But I've been eating one meal a day for at least 5 years now. Even when I played basketball, I ate 2 meals a day. I grew up familiar with the teaching, so I kind of try to stay as close to that as possible. But yeah, for about the past 5 years, at least, I've been eating 1 meal a day. I still work out a little bit, not much. Don't really have much time, but you'll be able to do all of the same things you could before. I have a lot more energy. You just feel a lot better. It's a lot less, if any, sickness. You really don't experience that. If you do get something, it'll be minor, real minor. So that's definitely something. And right now, they're in the weightlifting world. They're real big on intermittent fasting right now, and alternate day fasting. UC Berkeley actually put out in their medical journal some information proving that alternate day fasting, it reduces cancer and heart disease. So that's just, and you can look at some of the medical journals that are out, and you can find a lot of this information that they're coming into. But specifically in the bodybuilding world, they're doing like alternate day fasting and intermittent fasting, as they call it. And what that means is, so a lot of the athletes, they're eating one day, and then the next day they're fasting to allow their cells and their body time to rebuild itself. And they're actually coming back a lot stronger, because you figure the body is more pure. It actually gives it a chance to repair a lot of the damage that was done. And the body is not overworked with digestion. It can focus on other aspects that the body needs to maintain and rebuild itself. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to be careful with fasting, or 1 meal a day rather, because like I said, we're used to eating 3 meals a day, and you want to, if you are on a 3 meal a day diet, you don't want to just drop down to 1 meal a day. That's dangerous. You don't want to do that. What you want to do, you can, in a matter of 3 or 4 days, if you're eating 3 meals a day, so for 2 days, try 2 meals. You know what I mean? And then the next 2 days, you still eat 1 meal, but drop the second meal down smaller portions. And then the last, day or so, then just work yourself right into your 1 meal a day. And then you give the body time to adjust to that type of change. Now, if you do that, you want to just be informed and be aware in terms of nutrition. One of the things that I do, eating 1 meal a day, water, obviously important in terms of before you take on your meal. So, maybe you have a glass of water, you have water throughout the day. But make sure, your fruits, you eat some fruits. I eat 3 to 4 fruits. Whatever your meal might be, no pork, please. And if you are into desserts after, maybe some bean pie or something, you can do that. Make sure you save a piece for me if you do. But yeah, so the thing of it is, you just want to make sure that 1 meal, that you have all of the nutrition that you need. And once you do that, you'll see the difference in your body. It may be, like I said, it may be, a different adjustment when you start out, because you're not used to it. You haven't done it before. And then the mind has to get in line with the body or the body has to get in line with the mind. Once you make up your mind that this is what I'm going to do, then the body will then take on the command of the mind, and you stay disciplined in terms of, this is how I'm going to eat. I want to try this out, see how this feels, and then the body will come in line with your thinking. So that's one of the best ways to just wean yourself off of 3 meals a day, get down into 1 meal a day. And like I said, just make sure the things that you're eating, just make sure you're conscious of the nutrition. So, you want to make sure it's a well-balanced diet. Now, you don't have to go crazy, eating a million different things, but just make sure what you're eating, like I said, you have your fruits, vegetables. If you do eat meat, I don't, but if you do, make sure, if you can, it's a pure, clean meat. And yeah, that's one of the quickest ways to drop down to 1 meal a day. Dr. Paul Friedman of Yale University, he said there's no biological reason for eating 3 meals a day. And I would have to agree with that. There is no biological reason. We're just used to it now.